even finalize the deal. He doesn't even capture the World Heavyweight Championship. It's been done before. Between them, I mean, WWE has higher production, but their writing is a little stale. This is just, I feel like, this is like junior college English class. Somebody's out there writing this stuff. You're going to like junior college at a production company there, like the kids in college who never ran a board or ran a video camera, and they're out there running the production. That's what I feel with TNA.
Yeah, I've tried so hard to just get into the TNA and everything, and it's just, I listen in the first 5 minutes and I'm watching one of the matches, and I just can't get into it.
No. It's like nails on a chalkboard.
And Ring of Honor is not even live.
No.
And it's better.
It's better to
but
watch.
That's the thing that bothers me about Ring of Honor. It's pre-taped.
Mm-hmm. But here's the thing. You're promoting this pay-per-view for Friday, which is tomorrow, January 8th. Giving them a cheap plug. One night only, right?
Yes.
One night only. But you're taping some of the matches for this pay-per-view for one night only. What is the purpose of that? Who's going to spend X, Y, and Z on a pay-per-view when they can go online and be like, all right, Mike Bennett beat Mandrews. Eric Young beat Chris Melendez. Jesse Godrez beat Robbie E. And Mr. Anderson beat Bram. That's your pay-per-view?
That is the results from this pay-per-view?
It's saying one night only pay-per-view taping. There's 3 matches. I'm sorry, Mike Bennett was. You have Mike Bennett, supposedly your number one guy, on Explosion, which is like your B show for TNA. You're putting him on your B show
after that entrance,
and then you have for your one night only pay-per-view. You have 3 matches already taped. So I know Kurt Angle and Drew McIntyre are supposed to fight the Wolves. So is that going to be live, or is that going to be taped, or we don't know.
How much is this pay-per-view?
I have no idea. I don't even know if you can order it. Where you order it? You order on pay-per-view, I guess? Or is it like one of those, those pay-per-view online-only type things that they have?
Well, no, they have them on all these networks, but I just went to go look for it on Files because I have Files, and I don't even see it on here.
That's what I mean. Is it on... Nobody's really advertising this.
It doesn't really tell you.
Their marketing team sucks, put it that way. And production, you're going to have taped matches as your pay-per-view. Your pay-per-view should be live so people tune in and they get all excited, and you have somebody debut, or you have somebody do this and you have somebody do that, or a run-in. Don't have taped matches and then, oh, here we go. By the way, this was taped 2 weeks ago, but we're going to call it a pay-per-view. It's sad.
Well, here we go. Here are some matches here on tomorrow, January 8th, on the one night only live pay-per-view. Knockouts #1 gauntlet match. You'll have Lashley versus Tyrus.
Another 2 washed-up WWE superstars.
Aiden O'Shea versus Shera.
The Shera guy, he's some Indian guy who Dixie Carter, they were supposed to push this guy for their Indian tour in India, and last minute they canceled the tour. It's a joke.
Tag team title match, the Wolves versus Angle and Galloway versus...
It's Galloway. I thought it was McIntyre. I don't know. I'm totally
Well, that is Drew McIntyre.
Oh, but they changed his name. That's right.
Drew Galloway. And Godders and Drake.
No idea on those.
There's not one match on here that would make me pay, not even if they offered it for me for $1 or $2, I would not order this pay-per-view.
At least put a title match in there. Here's the thing. You have all these guys who are washed-up stars, and you're just trying to recycle them and spit them out. When TNA first started, they had these young talents.
There was more structure.
There's more structure, and they developed more talent. They had AJ Styles, prime example. We talked about this hour, how he became a star. He was all over the world, and he was in TNA, and people just ate him up. They loved him.
Even Hogan and Bischoff had some sort of structure, although it didn't work because they tried going up against WWE.
Which I still don't understand.
There was structure there.
But
I just don't understand.
But here, quickly, let me say one thing. When WCW was around and they were taking stars from WWE, they were taking guys who were main event status, like Hall and Nash. You're taking Tyrus, who was the Funkasaurus, who was a nobody in WWE. When he came on either SmackDown, well, I didn't hardly even watch SmackDown, or he came on Raw, you know what I did? I changed the channel. I didn't want to watch this guy, so why am I going to watch him now fight former ECW champion Bobby Lashley, who I didn't even care about then as well? You have all these guys, they're trying to pull in, oh, well, we got this guy who was in WWE, we got that guy in WWE.
I don't think TNA has the money to offer. They don't have the ownership because in WCW you had Ted Turner, who at the time was on CNN, TBS, TNT, the Atlanta Braves, the Atlanta Thrashers. He owned a lot, and he had a lot of money to spend.
But they have Panda Energy or whatever that brand is called that the Carter's Dixie's family has. So she has money coming in. You're not using your money wisely. You should be, if I were her, when CM Punk left, I would have been knocking on his door, arms wide open, saying...
I think they did, and he doesn't want to wrestle no more.
Well,
he lost the love for wrestling.
He
could have went to Ring of Honor, and he didn't want to go there either.
But would you blame him with a whole company that doesn't know what the hell they're doing? Oh, well, you can come here, and we'll put you in one match.
But it's also, what are you going to do once you sign them? What are you going to do when you bring them there? Let's say Daniel Bryan leaves the WWE by some chance, and TNA signs him. Are you going to do the same storyline where he comes in and he wins the belt and now he's champion for a while? Or are you going to do something innovative like WCW did? They brought in Hall and Nash. Nobody knew they were coming. Nobody knew why they were coming. And then Bischoff, when you first saw the NWO be created, who did you think was behind the NWO with Hall, Nash, Hogan, DiBiase, 1-2-3 Kid, was his name Six Pack,
yeah.
Virgil? When you see all those guys come into the WWE, form an outcasted group, what is your first thought on why they're there?
They weren't happy with WWE.
No, my thought was Vince McMahon is sending these guys in to invade WCW. There's your storyline. It ended up not being that.
Oh, yeah.
But when you first see it, you're like, wait a minute. All these guys that are forming this one group and beating up all these WCW guys are all from the WWF. Is Vince sending them there? And they're not, it's not, oh, Scott Hall's here, he's going to have this match. They'd come in, they'd beat you up, they run out. It was like gang-style warfare.
But they tried that whole crap with the whole Aces of Eights nonsense, and they ruined that whole
gimmick. Didn't have
the
big-time player.
And still
Devon is not the person that you want to lead that group.
Or Bubba Ray, or Bully Ray, whatever he was called at the time. No.
You have to bring someone in. When you're doing these groups, you have to bring someone in with some clout, or someone with more experience, and that's a big name. TNA pulled a fast one on me a while back. Dixie Carter had made this announcement. They had signed a big superstar. He's the snake of wrestling. He's like a snake of wrestling. And the first thought that came to my mind, because his contract was running out,
Randy Orton,
was Randy Orton. And who do they bring in? The guy from MMA, Jackson. Rampage Jackson.
And he's not even a wrestler.
That's the guy you're telling me?
But that's the thing. She makes all these announcements trying to build it up. And these announcements are just pure garbage, like the Rampage. They had Tito Ortiz helping in the organization. It's a joke. It is the biggest thing they had was when they signed Kurt Angle, and they brought him in, I think. They brought, like you said before, they brought in Hogan and Bischoff, but that was like, all right, we've seen this already. This is going to be like WCW version 2 or so, NWO.
They have to go out because that's what Bischoff and WCW did. Although they did things wrong and although they did things off the cuff, that was what made it interesting.
Mm-hmm.
By giving away results of the WWE and doing new and innovative things, they changed the landscape of wrestling, where then it forced WWE's hand to stop doing these cookie-cutter characters and these cartoon gimmicks, and it's time to get real and see what people really want to see. What do people really want to see? They want to see, oh, my boss is pissing me off. Well, I'm going to beat the crap out of him. Stone Cold Steve Austin.
And that's what we were talking about in the beginning of the show. WWE has nobody on their tail telling them, oh, we got to step our game up. So until there's somebody, big promotion or big federation that comes, WWE doesn't care. They got the network. You want to see Attitude? Go on the network. You can reminisce with Austin and Mankind and all those days. But now it's to the kids. So you know what? We're going to put... we're going to have the Muppets on to be the special host for Monday Night Raw.
The guy from The Price is Right.
Bob Barker, come on down.
Bob Barker.
Oh, man. It's painful to watch sometimes, but you know what? They know there's nothing else on TV that you're really going to watch. If you're a wrestling fan, there's no big federations. Ring of Honor, I don't even know if they have a network right now. If they're off Destination America. You got TNA.
What's going on with them?
I don't know. You have TNA on Pop TV, Pop Network, which is probably not many people get it. Only a slight few, I think, in cable and Fios and all. So, you know what? We're on the USA Network, which is a big network, NBC Universal. You're going to watch us if you really like wrestling.
And now WWE has both SmackDown and Raw on USA Network.
Mm-hmm. So until then, you internet... people out there who complain and complain, until a big federation comes out there, you're stuck. And WWE knows it, and they're just going to keep doing it until somebody just jumps on their coattails and really makes them shake things up.
Ring of Honor is now on a channel called Comet.
I don't even know what Comet is.
I didn't even know what Pop was.
Neither did I. Pop was the old TV Guide channel. I was Googling it. You remember when TV Guide had and it would scroll through, and then it changed over to like some infomercial or something.
Wow.
So then finally they decided, oh, let's make a TV station legit. And I think the only other big show they have on there right now that I noticed was reruns of That 70s Show.
Interesting. Well, we got about like a minute and a half left. Let's quickly get into the Masked Saint wrestling movie that's coming out with the last time we'll see Roddy Piper, who passed away last year. Rest in peace, Roddy Piper, one of the greats. Are you going to see this movie? Is it out in theaters? Is it going to be out in theaters?
They said it's supposed to be out in theaters. My guess it probably will be like, those select theaters you got to go and really dig to find it. But maybe it'll be a little a date night. Maybe I'll take the girlfriend out for
Are you kidding me? I thought you were going to take me, man.
Oh, we could go too. We could double date.
That sounds like a plan.
Ah.
That sounds like a plan,
I'm always
man.
thinking, my friend. Always thinking.
Hey, man. Great show coming back.
Yes.
We'll be back next week because a lot more to talk about as we get closer and closer to the Royal Rumble. It's going to be a big pay-per-view. Anthony the Ant-Man alongside Keith Logan the Loganator.
Yes, sir.
My man, any last words before we go off the air?
Have a good week. If you're watching that TNA pay-per-view, God bless you, everyone.
Well, I'll just find out the results later on for free.
Yeah, exactly.
So, everyone have a good week. Enjoy your wrestling, Raw, SmackDown, TNA, whatever it is that you want to watch. Watch it, even WWE Network.
Ring of Honor, Comet.
Ring of Honor, NXT, enjoy it all. We're signing off here, Ringside Rumble Radio, here on the UCR Network.